And so this is the thing. I think about the industry right now, and to be really honest with you guys, I'm really worried. I'm worried about the real estate industry. I think that people are not taking this as serious as it should be. And by the way, I'm not negative at all. Like, I'm not a negative person at all. I just think right now we need a real reality check on a couple things. As if anyone saw my post today on social, it says you can't read about getting a six-pack and get a six-pack. Like, you can only read so much and watch so much videos and everything else. You can't get a six-pack unless you crush the abs and lower your fat and do that crap that sucks. And I feel like this is like, I get so crazy because if I want to make an impact, I have to grade my success on your results, not on how many people pay me. And most trainers and coaches are all about, how do I get more people in my program? Which funnel is going to work? How can I twist the algorithm to make you buy? And then I'm successful because I got a lot of sales. That's not impact. That's sales. And so if I'm going to truly, like, this is legit, I don't expect any of you guys to believe me or listen to me right now, because unless you really know me, then you really know I'm legit. Then I need to earn that. I need to earn the respect of the people that don't know me. I get that. And I think you might want to adopt that same feeling when you meet a client and meet new people, is that why the hell would they listen to you? You would have to earn the relationship, and that takes time. So when I talk today, maybe we can get closer to a longer relationship, but my results, your results is my way of deciding if I've made an impact. So here's the thing. Let's start. I believe the market is going to change. Okay? Listen very carefully. The market is about to change for a while. What is going to happen? I want to give you my predictions, a few predictions right now. So I believe that real estate for the last bunch of years, a lot of it is taught on lead gen, taught on front-loaded sales. They're not putting business systems involved. I think there's a lot of things that are missing in the industry. And I think one thing that's not taught, it might be taught, but our thinking has to shift. We have to shift, because right now we're not getting paid for when? When are we getting paid next? Like, let's just think about this, okay? When's the next paycheck really coming in for real estate agents? If we had a job and we were laid off and our job starts in what? Let's say 60 days. That's the general kind of idea. It's about a 60-day thing, okay? Obviously, there's different ones. In 60 days, you could go back to your job. In 2 weeks, you got a paycheck. As real estate agents, everything is within 90 days. If you don't have activity today, you're not getting paid in 90 days. What you do today will pay you in 90 days. Now, the problem is there's nothing happening right now. So what scares me is not today, not next month. What scares me is paychecks show up in September. I coach a lot of people. And the thing is, the people I've been talking to, that have been in my program, to be really bluntly honest, has absolutely exploding. They're doing amazing. They're having some of the biggest years they've ever had. It was so exciting. So there's one guy I just talked to yesterday. He did 5 sales this last month. And he's like, I'm so happy I did this. I said, please don't think that I said, in 90 days, in 120 days, things are going to change, man. Don't get complacent right now, because what you do today will pay you in 90 days. Now, a couple of things, guys. The one thing we're going to really need to focus on is becoming masters at starting over, at starting again. Now, when I started in real estate, guys, I sold $1 million. I made $1 million in commissions within the first 2 years. The one thing I'm so good at is starting. When I was a real estate investor, I bought 40 properties in 14 months. When I was in furniture sales, I sold $2.5 million of furniture within a year. When I did PR for a nonprofit, I booked 50 speaking engagements to promote the nonprofit in a year. I don't teach this for a reason, because it's hardcore grind. And it's not like in the States, it works way better. In Canada, for sure, it's definitely not looked upon as a good thing. But guys, I got to tell you something. Those days are coming back. Those days of salesmanship is coming back. I promise you, if you think that you're just going to do some networking, it's not going to work that way. We are going to have the market be so panicked. What's going to happen is real estate agents are going to drop their ego and start asking again. And what happens is they're going to be like, look, I haven't had a sale in a while. I got to get this machine running. I've got overhead. I've got debt. What's going to happen is the bottom part of the market's going to fall out. We're going to lose about probably 20% of the real estate agents, 10%. I'm just guessing, guys, but a bottom part of the market's going to fall out. And what's going to happen is the best of the best will survive. I just want you to know, and the people that are going to survive will know how to sell. And I'm not talking used car salesman. I never have been that guy, but I know how to sell. I know what it takes to sell. And so this is what I'm going to show you today, exactly how I made $1 million my first year. I'm going to go through a very top level of exactly, I'll show you the graphing system I worked with. I'll show you the steps. And then I'm going to give you, Scott, salesmanship. Guess who's speaking? A salesman. But so what I'm saying though is this, is that remember the days where you're like, I'm not that selly. I'm not that salesy. You don't have to, no, it's time. It's time to learn how to ask for business, because if you want to start fast, you just got to learn that. And I'm not talking used car. I'm talking massive respect. I'm going to leave you today with the strategy. Now, I'm assuming that everyone's got the 20-page report I wrote on the 10 things to do during the pandemic. If you haven't got that, send us an email. It's totally yours for free. The other thing you're getting after this call is this report. Okay, it's another 10-page report. But guys, I'm just trying to serve as much as I can, because I think right now the training out there is just going to be so bombarding with stuff that won't actually solve problems. It's prospecting through writing an article, which I'm going to walk through here today, but everyone's going to get a handwritten, going to be a hard copy of a PDF for you guys all to use. And Randy, this is something your whole team could do as well. And it gives them something to do, like right now. So right now, I don't think people are freaking out. But in about a month, everyone will. And then what happens is in 90 days or 60 days, people are going to wake up and go, I better go get some business. Let's do what? Open houses? There's going to be 1 billion of them. There's going to be open houses because that's all people do. When you're thinking about what we need to be doing, is my number one thing I can do for you guys is shift your thinking. I can shift your thinking. So this is what I'm trying to show you, is how to do this business differently. I'm going to show you how I started as an agent, guys. I did not have a website and I did not have a business card on purpose. So today I could tell you this story. I knew what I was doing. I was coaching agents and coaching businesses, national companies to small companies. I was always a business coach, and I thought I'm going to become an agent for the purpose of showing people how easy this business is. And then my first year, I made 440 grand in commissions. I also made 660,000 the next year. And how did that happen? I eliminated every single thing that did not drive revenue. If we would talk about this, which we're not going to, but think about how much stuff you do during the day that does nothing to drive business. Let's go to the mastermind group at the brokerage. Let's go do the fundraiser. Let's go, guys. Let's go to the golf tournament. Let's network with our fellow agents. That has nothing to do with business. That's about keeping the brokerage happy, keeping the network together so you pay your fees. We got to understand reality of what we're looking at, guys. What is going to drive your business is my obsession. And there's so much that you could cut out. So again, we don't get paid for 90 days. You have to realize right now, you got to be really serious going, holy shit, if I'm going to truly make this, because it's not going to hurt today. In 60 days, if I can give you a wake-up call, and I'm not panicking, I'm just going to do the right things. And I'm going to tell as many people, every single person, how to do it. And then there's going to be about 5% that actually come through. And that's where I'll be like, yes, I got to help those people. So let's go through some thinking, guys. People that know me have heard this, but it's not going to hurt again. When I started thinking about business, this is not just about real estate, okay? Everything I coach businesses all over. I'm not just coaching real estate agents for a reason. And this is really important, even if you have other people that have a business. Think about psychology. First of all, how I was thinking about, how am I going to blow up a business? So what's the fastest way to blow up a business and get really, really known and seen? And wouldn't you want to have everyone in the city see you and choose you? And that's why people buy billboards. And that's why they do these things, for the attempt at trying to get seen. But let's go back and look at this. The problem I found was taking over a city or a location is really difficult. Because how do you take over a city? It's going to cost you $1 million to get known, but there's no converting mechanism to actually create a lasting impression. So I really thought about it, and I thought, okay, I was listening to this one CD for anyone that knows, those are old school, is what came after cassettes. There were CDs. And what I was listening to was a book on CD, and it was Wayne Dyer, and he talked about the science of who we really are. And what happened was they put our cellular structure in a petri dish. They took like their quartz, and there's all this stuff. It's quantum physics. And the thing is, in that petri dish, they vibrated. No one really knows how we work. There's 50 different explanations about who we are, where we come from, and all this stuff. I'm not here to say one way or the other. I'm just saying there's a scientific study that we as human beings are made up of cellular structures. They put the cells inside a petri dish, and it started vibrating. And so what happened was they took one, it's actually millions, because there's billions in this one petri dish. They're so small, but they took one and another one, and they went, and what happened was they'd stuck together. One cell stuck to the other cell, boom. And around the outside of the dish, there were still cells. Then what happened was they took another one, boom, stuck it to the cluster. Took another one, boom, stuck it to the cluster. Then they hit something called critical mass, and then boom, the entire dish got to the center. And it took just a certain point of magnetic connection to have the entire dish get to become one vibrating thing. What I learned from that was that's how we become famous. I will affect one person and one person and one person and one person over and over and over again until I hit critical mass. Critical mass is like all of a sudden, boom, everybody knows me. And what's happened is I've committed my life to doing this work that I'm doing right now. Look what's happening. People are starting to know me. I've got a critical mass, actually mini critical mass happening right now. And what's happening is I'm focusing on one person, one person, one person. The problem is I want to take over the world. I want to be famous. Justin Bieber had 1 view, then 2 views, then 3 views, then 1 million views, then 1 billion views. This is what happens, guys. We need to shift our thinking to one person. While you're doing a business, do not think about taking over anything. Okay? So do not think of taking over neighborhoods. Do not take the city. I'm going to be the Sherwood Park expert. No. Not at the beginning. You're going to need a fortune of money to fast track this. If you guys don't have a fortune of money, this is amazing solution. Talk to one person. This has been my strategy from number one. I did that, and that's how I took one person and blew their freaking minds. This is the system. Take the person, blow their minds to the point where they would walk to their friends and say, fire that guy and hire Ben. What would I have? I'm not trying to get anybody fired, but what could I do in the experience that we're giving our clients to cause that conversation to be rampant? In my first year, I had 4 agents lose their clients and come to me without me asking, without even asking. One lady paid $1,500 to her agent to get out of the contract just to hire me. And it's not because I'm special. It's because all I did was, how could I blow their freaking minds? Thank you cards, very specific gifts, speed of service. And I didn't think of the millions. I thought go deep with one client, because one client can turn to 10. This is how you restart, guys. This is how you restart. Don't transaction it. Go very deep with someone until they're so sold on you that they're telling everyone about you. And if you leave that relationship too quickly, you're going to lose the opportunity of 10 referrals. I don't sell. I hunt referrals. I hunt to create your conversation behind your back is your brand. I don't care if you've got zebra skin or freaking have a cowboy hat. That is like 1970 branding, okay? The real branding is based on social media. It's based on instant communication and what people say. Do you go to the freaking yellow pages to find anyone? No, you go say, who's good? Why are we marketing in a way that we think a cold listing is going to see a bloody bus bench and call me? There is a point for bus benches. There is a point for billboards. I'm not saying it's bad, but you got to know that's a branding game, and it's not going to bring you business. It's a supportive branding game, and it's very expensive. So that's what I call the critical mass. And I want you to think about business in this light, and you'll make better decisions going forward, and you'll stop wasting money on stupid things, and you look for the hack to try to get more business. That's where we're losing money. I've lost money on it. I tried to hack things, and what happens is it does not work. You got to do it the hard way. There's nothing. You cannot hack a six-pack. You can like paint it on. But that's what you end up getting is a cheap fake version. Guys, I'm going to show you the best system I've ever come up with in my life. When I worked for Gunner Office Furnishings, my dad and I had a really bad relationship growing up. But there was a time where my dad kind of liked me, is when I went into sales. My dad then says, oh, this is good. So it's weird because if we've all wrestled with getting approval at some level from our parents, and my dad was extremely the opposite of approval. It was very not nice. And then I became a salesman and we had something in common. And so because he grew up, my dad and I are good friends now, but we definitely didn't have a good start. But what happened was he actually was a top sales guy for insurance. Now, old school used car salesman, probably more like that. But he had something from the 70s and he shared it with me. And he said this. Now, guys, if you get one thing today, this is it, okay? He said, Ben, I'm going to tell you how to be the top guy in your whole world. You're going to dominate. People are going to call you lucky. Are you ready? He goes, call 10 people a day. That's it. Call 10 people a day. That's it. So I'm kind of a big thinker. I said, how about 30 a day? I grabbed the phone book. My dad showed me this graph. I've evolved it, obviously, but this is my first graph from a long time ago, and I'll show you how it works. I started calling oil and gas companies in Calgary. I called them and I said, do you want to buy a desk? First of all, I did not become an expert. Listen very carefully. Perfectionism will keep you stuck for the rest of your life. I've stumbled through it. I'm okay with failing. I'm okay with looking like a fool. I thought, I'm going to stumble through it. Do you want to buy a desk? Well, what the hell are you talking about? And I failed my way to the top. I started learning the industry by actually moving forward, not by studying contracts for 17 days and then maybe go, who cares? If you got a client, you'll figure it out. You got forward motion has to be the goal. So what I did was this. Watch how this works. I did 55 calls. I got 8 appointments. I didn't even know what I was doing. Expertise is not how people choose you. They're going to choose you because they like you and they're going to see your energy. Eventually, you'll be an expert at what you do. That's fine. You naturally will become very good. The next day, check this out, guys. Next week, I had 57. So I only did 2 extra calls, but I did 19. So I went back to the 55 and I grinded out those calls. I went to 19. So if you watch my progression, this is sales. This is thousands, okay? Watch this. After 120 times I asked someone if I could get an appointment or I could sell a desk, one lady walks in and I did a custom desk for her with our manufacturing plant, wasn't even tied to my calls. Okay? Wasn't even tied to the calls. Then I just keep grinding my calls. I'm showing you how to do this, guys. Most people won't do it. I end up getting a guy, wanted to buy 10 keyboard trays, sold, got 1,000 or 20 keyboard trays or whatever it was, sold keyboard trays. Just a crap sale. Look at this. Week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. I'm at $6,000 paid out, but I got 199 asks. And then it doubled. And if this actual graph, I do it by the quarter, by the second quarter, it doubled 2 more times. I sold $2.5 million of office furnishing, guys. This is the hardcore sit-ups to getting, this is the stuff that I'm telling you, I don't even train very much on this because we have systems and we build businesses. I do a life paid for by real estate. What kind of life do you want to build? But it's different now. We're going to have to figure out how to start hard and fast. And if you want to start hard and fast, I'm telling you, this is how you're going to do it. And so you got to ask for business. So what I did was when I started coaching real estate agents, I morphed this into this. So what we started following was attempts. An attempt is when you say, can I be your real estate agent? That's the one question you got to be asking. But I've come up with many different ways, and I'm going to show you one of the best ways I've ever come up with today. Quick question for you guys. Okay. So you don't just sit and talk to me the whole time. Me just talk. whoever was in the EXP training, whoever's been at my events, I asked this question. It's one of the most powerful awakening questions for real estate agents. How many deals did you lose last year because of lack of follow-up? Please let me know.
Go on, I'll be honest with you, Ben. I'll tell you the answer.
Thanks, buddy.
Off the top of my head, there'll be at least 8 deals, maybe 10.
Okay. What's your average commission?
$8,750.
Wow. You are a detail person. If it was me, I would have been like $9,000. What we're going to do is do this. Okay. 8,000 what? 8,000?
750.
750 times how many?
Let's call it 10 because it's easy math.
Wow. Oh, geez. Let's see this. Do you guys see that number? So Richard, what if I said this? Watch this. Hey, Richard, I think you should hire me as a coach. It's going to cost you $12,000. I'm going to show you how to make 90. I'm going to hire someone for 1 hour a day. Oh, you're going to hire someone for 1 hour a day to remind you to call people.
Yeah.
How boring. We want to do social media training and content development and build our own brand and do content, all this other. No. Just have a follow-up person and you could get your income up $80,000, Richard. I'm a master at simplifying. I am not an educated person. I have to hack it. I am a concrete finisher. So I got to figure this out. So I look at things way differently. I used to be so insecure, Richard, so insecure because I was scared that I didn't fit in and that people wouldn't listen to me. As soon as I got over that, I realized I'm kind of a genius in some level. I'm not trying to be egotistical at all because we all are geniuses at some level. We just got to find our thing and be ourselves. So what I'm saying is it's so simple. But know what's so crazy, Richard? Know what's crazy? There's a room here with 79 people. How many people are going to execute? Kills me. And know what they're going to do? They're going to buy a stupid $10,000 stupid program and get jack shit when it's so simple. So guess what I realized? This is not about business. This is about us humans. That's why I do human development. That's why I work on personal growth. I'm like 90% on personal growth, and most people dominate in business because of it. Because we all have the answers. It's so simple. The question is, why aren't you following up? Now that's a real deep question. Now I'm going to go off track here, guys. Just let's do something really basic, okay? And I'm not necessarily talking to you, Richard, now, but so let's talk about something really simple. Just one basic thing. I really need people to understand that this is more about human development and personal growth than it is about any business strategy, even though I'm going to teach you some cool stuff. Imagine being scared of success. Just a simple psychology. What that means is this. Do you guys have anyone in your families that would judge you if you were really rich? Do you understand that it could be just like, well, do you know why we don't share our income numbers? Do you understand there's something so against the rich? How much does the 1% get attacked? But we're all trying to be rich. We're all trying to make money. We're all trying to build a life that's exciting. How about this thought, guys? How many times do you cheer for an underdog? All the time. Do you understand that we are built to see the winners lose? Do you understand how hard it is to be successful year after year after year and win, which is exactly what we all want, but psychology gets in the way. Because you're going to be willing to be confident. You got to be confident if you're going to stand alone. If you're going to win you're winning. Every year you win, there's someone that wants you to lose more. If we can just at least name it and call it out, we're halfway through getting through this process of shifting our mind. So just as what I'm trying to say is that it's like, I'm going to give you this. Everyone's like, wow, that's so simple. That's amazing. Well, then do something. Well, I don't know. If you don't do something, then let's talk about personal growth. That's why I take people away on retreats and we bring in personal growth. We bring in like, what clarity do you need? Let's get clear on what you want. What's holding you back? That literally should be part of the business plan. Where's your blind spots? I'm constantly looking. I'm aggressively looking at my blind spots as much as I possibly can because it's like a race car driver, guys. This is my best analogy that come up with. If you're sitting there building the best, fastest race car, you're looking at the tires, you're looking at different systems, you're looking at the computer and all this, and you don't have a good driver, the car's useless. Do you know how many good businesses are out there that have bad operators? Tons. So this is what I'm trying to say, is that we need to grow ourselves big time. Big time. If you have anyone coaching you just on business and not personal growth, you're going to have a limited opportunity to actually succeed. You'll learn some amazing knowledge, but you can do it for free with Google. This is all free right now. So anyways, that's just me going off on a little bit more of a rant, but I want to just realize, let's go back to the tactics. Let's review, okay? One person at a time. If you want to launch and double really fast, you're going to need to ask people for business. You're going to need to be belly to belly, as everyone in this room knows what that means. If you're an introvert, I'm very sorry. This is a very tough business for you because you're going to have to talk to people. And I'm trained in the psychology of human personality, and I'm trained in the theory of all this. I know people extremely well. I understand introverts. I understand extroverts. I get it. But this is the reality of what time we're in right now, is that it's going to take effort to restart. And the guys that are going to come out on top are the guys who can do it fast. And that's my mojo, but I'm willing to do crazy stuff. I'm going to give you guys something I wasn't going to share, but I can't help it. Listen to this one. I'm a nut. Okay. Like, you have to, like, what are you willing to do? Well, guess what? When you're broke, you watch what people are willing to do. Your competition is going to be stiff coming back in the game the longer this goes. Watch this, guys. I'm going to get a walking billboard. Okay. I'm going to put a billboard on my back. I'm going to try to get my team to do the whole time. And when this thing turns back on, you are going to have an opportunity to be desperate and not look foolish. You have one chance in your career right now to say, I need a deal, please. Is there any help you can give me? Because they're going to understand that we all just went through hell. We just all went through. You have one chance. Guys, this is pay dirt right now. This is the time to take the land grab. If you were, let's go back 6 months ago, please, is there anyone that has a deal for me? What does that guy look like? I'm not using that guy. He's obviously sucks. That's gone. The desperate ask, the egoless ask is what's going to win. So I'm going to literally get crazy because it's wide open pay dirt. I'm not joking, especially me being a public figure and well known. I'm going to do it because effing I'm legit and I'm going to lead people for real. I'm going to put unless something crazy changes. I've already talked to the Chinese manufacturing plant to buy these things, and they're making masks. So I've got a bit of a hurdle, but I don't care. I'll figure it out. Sign in the back that says, Team Osterveld desperately looking to sell and buy homes from, after pandemic. Imagine you are someone looking to buy and sell a house and you see 5 people in a busy intersection wearing these signs. Don't you want to hire that guy? We're got to get back to guerrilla marketing. If you think you're going to do online, welcome to the new white noise. Everyone and their dog is going online, sitting at home, building their brand. Do you know how long it's been for me to have a group of people sit and listen to me? 10 years. And I'm just beginning. You have to realize personal brand takes a long, long, long time. And it's still not easy. We think, because we listen to Gary Vaynerchuk, that we're going to bang it out. It's a lifetime commitment to build your brand, but we still need to sell today. So you understand what that is. So let's keep going here. This is what happened. I started coaching real estate agents, and I'm just showing you that it happened again. Now, this is the thing. Jordan Seitz, you can find him on Facebook and say hi to him. I put him on my presentations. He's one of my first real estate coaching clients years ago. And here's the thing. Look at his attempts. What happened was this. These are literally what he did. These are all people he asked for business. $45,000 in 10 weeks. Paid. Okay. He doubled and doubled. He came to me and said, hey, Ben, I'm thinking of quitting real estate. And I said, well, I'll coach you. I'm not coaching real estate agents, but I'm coaching businesses. But guess what? I'm thinking about doing real estate. He goes, okay, great. I'm like, you're good. You're my guinea pig. I said, here's what we'll do. I'm putting you through this process. But what I realized he was doing very well was attempts and asking for business, doing follow-ups and all these different things, but he wasn't getting business. So I knew right there, it's a personal issue. So what I did was I said, I felt like what's going on with this guy, and his energy was kind of negative, because if the system works, if it doesn't work, it's us in some level. And so I had to figure him out a little bit in the coaching session. And I realized he'd walk into the office and be very negative, but he's a very nice guy. It was very subtle. He was like, oh, did you hear about the news? Did you hear what's going on? Another murder. Man, did you hear this terrorist attack? I'm like, dude, I just figured it out. You're Eeyore. You walk into the office and you're like, Eeyore. I said, this is why you're not getting traction. I said, you need to go home right now. And I said, here's your homework. Lift the energy of your home without words. Take that advice. This room, guys, there's over 80 people now in this room. Please take this advice, go home and lift the energy, especially right now with massive mental health stress on all of us. Lift the energy in your home without words. Watch what happens. You become very aware. You get out of your head. And guess what? He now makes 300 grand a year. He's also doing he's a builder now, and he's doing buildings. He's one of my best buddies. He just came to Vegas on our last retreat. And, but Jordan was going to quit. He was going to quit, and he was doing the right things. So it was a personal thing. But then guess what happened? He doubled and doubled. That's what this process does. You double and double if you do the attempt system properly. It's a double. Should call it the Tim Hortons system. So stupid, eh? Okay. This is the other thinking I'm trying to shift, guys. I desperately want you guys to listen so bad and just take this to heart. Let's think about this. We're trying to promote our businesses right now and be like, look, do you want to buy a house? Do you know what's crazy? We don't understand. This is not a business. This is a very personal game when you're building a client base, whether you're a financial planner, a mortgage broker, a bookkeeper, anything to do with having a customer base. If we don't think about it, if we think about it too much as business, as making a sale, you're going to lose the long-term referral base, okay? What you need to do is think about that in a real relationship, okay? Like in a real relationship, let's use the bar, okay? Let's say a guy walks up to a girl in the bar and says, hey, baby, you want to sleep with me? You know, that's kind of like a 2% chance that guy's getting some action that night. But here's the thing. If he did get that girl, sorry for people that are offended by this, it's not meant to be offended. People that really like it, well, enjoy. So the 2% person that actually sleeps with that guy, what kind of quality human being is that? It's the same thing when someone calls you and says, I need to sell my house. Or you go, hey, can I sell your house? Yeah, no problem. They don't have any sense of credibility. They don't know how to choose you. Guess what? Those are the ones you get stolen from too, because they'll sleep with anybody. And most real estate agents are trying to go after that type of business. I asked them once, I got someone today. It was so easy at an open house. They're totally using me. I'm like, yeah, they're also using 3 people. Have some self-awareness. If you don't lock that relationship in, you're going to get dumped. It's going to be a one-night stand. So here's the thing, guys. You want to find out how you can get to the next part of the relationship. I literally can't teach you strategies until I shift this thinking around this whole entire business. And that's why I want to get you thinking that when you meet someone, the only mission you have is get to the second meeting. What does that mean? Create action promises. That's why action promises lead you to the follow-up. So you go, hey, you want to meet at an open house? What do? Thanks so much. Call me. Here's my card. I know you're going to keep it. And I know you're going to call me, right? Is that how this works? No. They're like, see you later. Or you can say, hey, you have to, if you start asking different types of questions at the open house, I'm using open house just because it's contextual. At the open house, you're asking questions like, hey, what do you do? Awesome. Where are you from? Where'd you see the signs? Or what are you looking for? Then you say, what do you do for fun? And like, oh, well, you know what? My kid's needs a daycare. You look for something, my opinion, if you want to be pro, real estate's easy. Offer them to set up a search and do what you normally do. But why not find something personal, okay? We're going to fast track to get to way faster relationship. Let's say someone comes in and goes, my daycare just closed. And I'm trying to find someone. Go, where are you at? You open the computer and say, hey, look, I know some people. What's your phone number? Let me see what I can do. That's the action. And you can help someone in their personal life. It's game over for real estate. That's the real hack, guys. So if you can get to the next relationship, if you can get to the 6th touch, you're probably making a sale. Or at least you're getting a referral. So another thing, guys, when you're dealing with people, do not think of this as a sales process. Please think of this as the referral process. When you meet someone, don't land them as a customer, land them as a referral source. When you talk to customers and clients, do not think of landing them as customers and clients. Land them as a long-term referral source. The sale is a side effect. Please get it. It's such a subtlety, but when I meet someone, I don't care if it's a mobile home, I don't care what they're doing, they are going to be my referral source for the rest of my life because I've got my follow-ups. I've hired someone to make sure my follow-ups are taken care of. I've got a system for follow-ups. I'll never, ever, ever lose a client again. And every person that is blown away by me, whether you're a mobile home owner or $1 million owner, knows people to send me. This game is a long game. If you guys right now, if you guys have been doing what I'm saying, like, guess what? I got another CMA yesterday. I haven't sold real estate in 2 freaking years. I probably in the last month, this month, got 4 people calling me because I do birthday gifts. I still connect with them, give them free home and show. I give them gifts. We touch base with that are actually like powerful touches. It's not like, hey, you want an update on the market? Hey, you want my newsletter that this company does for me? You're going to love throwing it in your inbox. Like we don't actually think of impact. And think if they're going to be a lifetime referral person, you're going to want to build that relationship for real. And then when these pandemics hit, you will have the most beautiful thing, which is the base of people that love you, take care of you, desperately want to help you. I know people right now that are 15, 20-year veterans, hardcore sales guys, transactional style real estate agents. They're screwed. There was nothing focused on the referral. It was just close the sale, do the thing, close the sale, do the thing, close the sale. And guess what? I come behind that guy. I don't anymore. My team does. And we clean up. How many deals do you guys get that were actually with another agent prior? All of them, except for new home buyers and investors. You literally are, like it is the most, that's why follow-up should be the only call. Like, you guys, we're going to have a 5-minute phone call. Make sure your follow-ups are good. There, pay me 10 grand. Like, because it's so, that's what we need. You need to fix the follow-up system before we do anything. But right now, guys, we're moving into sales. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. Sorry if it's choppy. I wish it was like so slick and smooth. I'm just not. Share. But I'm real. You can count on me being real. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. This is a report that hopefully all of you have. Okay? Here's what I'm going to do over the next 3 weeks, okay? We're going to go over this right here. We're going to go over the market research and how to write an article right now. It is the number one thing and the only thing I'd be doing right now. Next time, we're going to go over this, social media library, and review your goals and visions. And you already know this is a part that I'm really worried about because everyone's going to want to do this and no one's going to want to do this. I'm a little worried about it. But guess what, guys? We have, like, I can tell you right now how to spend 2 hours a day and just go piss away your whole day during this pandemic and you'll still win. I will show you if you spend 2 hours doing what I tell you to do, I promise you, you'll be 50 miles ahead of most agents right now. And we're going to go through that today. And then the last week that we're together, I'm going to do a client experience audit. What that means is we're going to go through everything that I can think of that says, what's the conversation behind your back about your business card? What's the conversation behind your back about your showings? What's the conversation behind your back of how you deal with clients? What's your conversation behind your back regarding response time? I'm going to take this and we're going to actually do a client experience audit on your marketing. We're like into live coaching. I'm literally coaching right now. This is not like, hey, you want some free download? I'm literally going to hopefully in these next 3 weeks, there's a whole bunch of people that have an impact. That's my number one goal. I'm not hiding it. And I want to give you guys all the tools because I think our industry is about to get kicked in the butt. So let's start this. This is what you're going to get here. This is another full guide that I wrote. It's literally needs one more edit, but I'm giving it to you guys anyways. So please, if there's anyone that loves editing stuff like this and wants first hot off the press stuff that I'm putting off, send me a message and say, I'll edit it for free. That's what I'm looking for. Someone that loves editing because if someone's really into it, and I'll let you guys have everything that comes through for free and first. So just let me know. Probably got like, everyone's like, these are the people that actually, I need them so bad, but they drive me crazy. Ben, just a little note there that your grammar's wrong. I'm like, yeah, I know. Half the shit I do is wrong. You ever see me do my own posts? They're half wrong. I usually have to edit them. I make mistakes. But one thing I know is I fail my way to the top. The one thing I know is people are trying to be perfect. I've already written 3 articles. Please get that mindset. Moving forward right now, people that have perfectionism right now, screwed. They're not moving forward. Forward motion will make you win. Now, I'm not going to read everything here, okay? Because you guys can read this later. But I just want you guys to realize a few things. People think when the market shuts off, sales shut off too. This is simply not true. You just need to get creative and think more about building as many new relationships as you can. Quick sales will not happen right now, but the long game, the long sale is alive and well. We need to find ways to connect with people with the focus of making an impact and finding a good reason to follow up again and again and again and again. So what we want to do, guys, here's the strategy. We're going to choose a topic. We're going to offer to write an article. People have seen me talk about this before, but this is the guide. We're going to write an article. Think about this, guys. What we're going to do is write an article. You could talk to 100 business owners. Watch this. Hi, my name's Ben. I'm a real estate agent. The market's completely crashed for me. So what I want to do is really get to know what's happening out there because I'm a business owner too. I'm going to interview 100 business owners on the effects of the pandemic to your business. How many people would take that call? And the article, everyone's going to take that call. It is the easiest doorway. How about this? Have you ever had talk to somebody? Oh, I'm a little busy. Well, they're not busy right now, guys. They're willing to take your call. They're all willing to take your call right now. And you know why? Because they're not selling. If you want to sell right now, you're a schmuck. You're a real schmuck if you are. You don't need to sell. You need to make impacts, okay? So I'm going to go through the strategy on how to execute this, okay? You're going to get a whole copy of this. This room gets the copy. First of all, we need to choose a target audience, okay? So remember, we're using this attempts graph system and the relationship thinking of how do we get to the third, fourth, fifth experience with a new person. This is how we do it. Choose your target audience, organize a list of every single person you know or want to get to know, create 4 or 5 market research questions you will use to build your article. Use single notepad or one Word doc. Do not be chaos. Create one area to put the name, phone number, address, and just keep it in one spot. Create a scheduling call. This is really, really, really important. From 9 to 10, this is what I do. Guys, during a pandemic, we're all a little flipped on our heads. Every single thing is changing. And there feels like, what do I do during the days? And I don't know. Create a system that you can actually progress in right now and use it as an anchor for your day. Okay? So that's the really, really, really important is that 1 to 2 hours a day, you're writing an article. We're talking 24 hours, guys. I'm asking 2. Just 2. There's 24 hours in a day. Then now we get into the follow-ups. Send a thank you card without your branding. The moment you put your branding on it, you're back to that schmuck person. Do not put your face. Like Max. Max, where are you from, Max? Matt's Gatfield? How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing really well. Max Gatfield is from Vancouver, Canada.
Yes, love that. Were you at my event?
I was. Oh, no, sorry, I wasn't. I was at the EXP talk you through the other.
Okay, awesome, man. That's cool. So yeah, that's awesome. So what was I going to say? I was using an example and I just got excited to get to know you for a second. Sorry. So imagine this, Max. I'm like, hey, dude, can you send me something with your face on it? I would love it.
Yeah, of course.
Like, dude, you got a pen with your face on it? Oh, can't wait. Guys, I'm getting a pen with Max's face on it. I'm going to put it right on my wall. I'm going to frame it. But what could you send to get that reaction? Like what kind of conversation does that shit give? Means that that means Max wants to eventually sell shit to me. So anyways, that was my example, Max. And I just didn't recognize you to say hi. But here's the thing. What if we did no branding card, a simple thank you card? By the way, never, ever, ever brand thank you cards. If you do, you're losing emotional and social equity. Because equity is something you cash in on in 20 to 30 years. And that's what we need to go all in on right now is that equity. So what you do is send a thank you card. Say, thank you so much. I want to just say that it's a very hard time for both of us. I get it. I'm so glad I could talk to you. And then try to reference something of your conversation and just say, thank you so much. And by the way, when things are all said and done, use this $5 gift card and have a drink on me. Thanks so much. So that's the second touch. The third touch is you actually publish the article that you write your findings on. You send him another thank you. You mail it. You try to get his address because say, look, I'm going to mail you something. I need your address. Now that's going to eventually lead to you dropping off Christmas gifts to your prospects. So guess what? It's all about going deep with one person at a time, as many times touches as you can. And we're looking at building a referral base, not a sale. That thinking will make you money long game, big time. Send all the people you interviewed a copy of the article. When the pandemic is over, ask each and every one of them for help and explain it's been very hard, but you have to do that desperate ask, okay? This is really important. Like, look, I've had a hard time, and I know you have too. I'm desperately looking for anyone to buy or sell any houses right now. I got to get in the game. Even if we get a listing, we're still not getting paid for 90 days. Our industry is a lot harder than all the other people. Is there anything that you know? I would seriously be doing that. Now, guys, this is one of my tips. We do this as a team. We don't drop off Christmas gifts to anybody. Zero. That are clients of ours. None. Because our clients love us, and we have other systems like birthday gifts and different things that make them stay with us forever. Red carpets, pictures of them in front of their house. We do free gifts. We do other things. Christmas is lame-o. It's so lame-o. The reason why is because everyone and their dog gives Christmas gifts. I get wine. I get all kinds of crap from every service provider, all at Christmas. Like, there's no thought at all. It's because but what if you just did it to your prospects? You need to bring the surprise element into it, because when you get an emotional reaction, you get connection. I remember walking up to a guy's house. He never even bought from me, still hasn't bought from us. A couple years ago, I gave him a big wreath. And I said, I had an extra one for my clients because I didn't want to make them feel bad. It blew his mind. Blew his mind. And you know what he's going to say every time someone comes up to that front door? Yeah, my real estate agent gave it to me. And he's a prospect. So this is one tactic. I'm not going into it bigger, but this is really important, to build the address list for drop-offs to prospects. Everyone does drop-offs to their clients. I don't believe we need to do that because they love us if you've done a good job. So now let's get into the training. Here's what we're going to do. Choose a target. Small business owners, daycares, teachers, oil and gas industry, farmers, financial planners, mortgage brokers, baby boomers, millennials, moms, dads, builders, lawyers. If you think about it, if you would start interviewing mortgage brokers right now to see what their perspective is on this pandemic, you could probably have about 100 mortgage brokers that you could talk to, and maybe there'll be a referral source. How about small businesses? They all have a lot of them have locations. You could get a business directory and start crushing those calls, and you start interviewing them for an article. What you want to do is try to find something that really aligns to your heart. I've got a guy in my mentorship program. He's doing teachers. I got another guy doing small business. I got another guy doing farmers. I have a guy that's I don't even know if Gary might be on the call right now, but Gary's in Saskatchewan, and he literally has the farmer's guide because he was a farmer for 50 years. For 40 years, 50 years. He has got a crazy in. He's going to call 100 farmers and ask them about the pandemic. And then he's going to produce an article and put it in the Farmers News where everybody reads. Then he's going to go and give them all gifts. Then he's going to ask them all for business. So guys, let's chat here. Where to find people to be interviewed? Your own database. Ask your friends and family. Search Facebook groups. Make a post on social saying, I'm interviewing teachers. I'm interviewing millennials. I'm interviewing, like, millennials guys are the new baby boomers coming through to buy. You could be targeting millennials this way. Find a business directory. But here's the thing. You got to use your own creativity. Find a solution that fits you. Okay. Now, I just want to stop for 1 second here because I want to talk about excuses. Okay. Just got some chats here. Let's see here. Just sent my famous Tim Tam. Tim Tam's on the call. Nice. Just did a video yesterday with my mortgage broker. Got 7 to 10 business answering questionnaire for me. Nice. Okay. So guys, I want to chat with something. I want to hit something hard here. Okay. Excuses. Okay. I look at things that slow me down. I look at things that hold me back. Excuses is one of them. We bullshit ourselves more than anybody in our life. We're the worst for it. The worst for it. We don't tell the truth to ourselves. And here's why. It's like, Randy, you remember, was that the guy that I called him out kind of at the event? Remember that?
Yes,
Bob?
you did.
You might even be on the call right now. What do you think? So I'll give that example because it was kind of perfect, because what he did was, I was talking about hiring an assistant, and he goes, well, can you tell me where to find one, a good one, or something like that? And my gut tingled because I'm like, that's an excuse. And the the last thing I'm going to do is, you got an excuse. Like I don't, so I kind of played around with it. And I said, would you mind if I got real honest with you? I said, are you sure you want me to? and I got good, clear
He was a
permission.
gamer. He gamed, yeah. You know, excuses are just lies. They're just lies in your head.
So here's the thing. Yes, they are. But how do we get through them? And it's deadly honest. So I called him out and I said, the reason why, he goes, where do you find an assistant that's going to be good? And I thought, okay, well, there's what's holding you back. That single thought. So it's a thing. It's literally the thing that's holding him back from building an infrastructure that's going to serve him. And so now my mission as a coach is not to teach him the structures on how, like, I've got all that, but it's a waste of time because I could teach him 50 ways to do it. He won't do it. So I had to call him out on the BS in a gentle way as much as I could, because that's what I do. It's like, I'm going to help you get that shit out of your way. And then you don't even worry about getting coaching. You're going to dominate. Just get yourself out of the way.
You weren't that gentle.
That was me being gentle, Randy. Just trust me. That was. I could be. When you wait to get to know me. No, I was joking. But here's the thing, guys. What I did was I said, hey, guy, I said, hold on a second. I said, if you had a gun to your head and you have 24 hours to live, your whole family gets wiped out. Sorry for being crazy, but your whole family gets wiped out. All you have to do is find a really great assistant within 24 hours. Could you do it? Yes, of course. So please take that illustration. And as you go through this process, observe the brain, because the brain is not you. The brain has a tool, and the brain is supposed to teach us to be safe, which is great. You need fear. Don't try to get away from fear. You need it. Or else every time you see ice, you wouldn't know it's slippery. And you would fall every single time if you did not know fear. You would walk up and pet a lion if you did not know fear. I am very serious about this, almost pissed off. The reason why is because let's fight fear. Let's get rid of our fears. It's all effed up. Fear is important. That's like saying, stop feeling happy. Nope. Let's get away from madness. Like, it's an emotion and it serves a purpose. So please love your fear. Just observe when it's right. Or observe that if it's historical data. If the ground's not slippery and you feel like slipping, you got to check why that's happening. Maybe that's where the human development and healing happens, all the way processed. The healing happens. We have to heal because we get burnt and hurt. And then the brain says, protect you from that. So we have years and years of bullshit being raised by guilty moms, by being overprotective parents, by being abusive. All of this shit is even if you've overcome it, you got to learn that your brain is going to say, okay, if you get hit every day and they're a person, people are going to hit you. It's wrong data. So that's what I'm trying to say, is that this is the stuff that really holds you back. This is what I'm all in on, to be honest, because this is where people just go skyrocket in business once this stuff gets out of the way. The excuse is really important. Observe what the brain says, and then you decide. You're not your brain. You decide if it has value. So if it's like, I just don't know who to call. How do I do an article? Put a gun and say 24 hours to live. Am I full of shit? Is this an excuse? Is this really an excuse? And if you literally could live in 24 hours by solving your own problem. So all I ask you guys is this: solve your problem before asking for help. Because when you ask for help, you are potentially, if you've never looked within and thought, I can solve this, I know the answer. Most people are like, I'm just not good at it. I'm just an introvert. I'm just a whatever. I can hold myself back. But the thing is, you know the answer. Look first, then call. And the problem with not looking first is you give your power away, guys. What happens is people take advantage of people like that. If you're going, I don't know the answer, can you help me? You've given every bit of power to that person. You have to look at believing in yourself first and saying, and coming at it, and then finding people that you can trust to help you. But I just really want to say, check in on the excuse. See if it's something that holds you back. You can even ask, why is it holding you back? These are bigger questions to launch and explode in business than how to explode in business, okay? Sorry if it's uncomfortable for some people, but I don't care because I know what happens. I've worked with too many people on the very inside track of their lives. When we overcome the shit, they jump. I've had people that have taken Tom Ferry, Buffini, I've taken all these different courses and they did everything right. I sat with them and I had personal mental blocks. Those need to move. And then all the trainees went boom. Jordan's kind of an example. This is the whole thing on excuses. You can hear and read that later. Now, this is what I want. There's a whole personality type that doesn't know how to execute unless I give way more details. I've given you concept. Some people can already run with it and they're going to do it. Other people need details. So let's go through this. 15 article topics. Because once you have a cool name for your topic, you can bring that to the conversation. Hey, John, I know you run a painting business. Can I ask you, I'm calling 100 small business owners. I'm writing an article that I'm going to publish on the short and long-term effects on small businesses, on teachers, on moms, on millennials, on builders. You guys want to go after a builder? You could call every builder in the city right now and start doing an article for builders. Start getting noticed in that world. This is money right now. This is what you guys do every day. This should be the only thing that you guys should be doing for an hour or two every day, and you will win. I'm doing an article on the future economic predictions from millennials, from whatever, hairdressers. Are you guys getting it? How has the pandemic affected your business or life? Advice to the government from senior citizens. From pick your market, guys. This is like neighborhood marketing. Don't go take a dumb course and become an expert at seniors. Go talk to seniors. The board gives you all these options to be like, I'm going to teach you how to deal with seniors. Go talk to 100 of them. You'll figure it out real fast. How about I'm doing an article on silver lining stories from small businesses so I can help people. There's a lot of negativity out there. I wanted to write an article on silver linings. How about the perspective from the Albertan? I want to have 100 Albertans. I want to have 100 BC people, the New York City, whatever it is. Use that. You could do that. I want to interview and gain perspective on finding the silver lining. Well, that's a double. Interviewing millennials or interviewing seniors or business owners on things we can learn to be better prepared to live with our lives and business in an economic crash. Do you understand that media is hunting for articles right now? There is only one story they're continuing to sell, and it's the pandemic update on deaths. Cities, it's the same thing. You want to know who's looking for content? Every single reporter in the mainstream is looking for great content. You don't even worry about how good it's edited. They will take your study and they will publish it. Now you can use that as credibility. You can use that to go back to everyone that you interviewed and say, look, it's on the CBC News. You're going to want to watch this. Do you understand how good this is? Homeschooling techniques, leftover fear in day homes, my article's on. How good of a parent are you when you're with your kids all day? The effects on marriages during a crisis. Are you guys getting my point? Sample questions to ask. So when you start saying, I'm doing the article and name your title, and then you say, I've just given you a few. What you're going to do is learn to design your own. But for now, it's how's the pandemic affecting your family or business or your kids or your whatever? How's the pandemic affecting your business? Or what do you think the long-term effects will be on the school system, business, whatever? So you can do long-term effects questions. If you were to run the government, what would have you done? Another good question. How are you going to plan to restart your life? Is there a silver lining? Give advice to a business right now. Financial planners. If you go after financial planners, don't you think they're going to have a big referral source for you eventually? What if I said I talked to 100 financial planners? Boom, you're in with every single bank out there. How has this changed you? Great, simple question. Okay. So as you interview people, you'll discover new questions that will work incredibly well with and others that are not so good. Feel free to adjust along the way. This is not a science. This is something that you can evolve with. Okay. Here's a script. I'm going to give you all of this, guys, after. Hi, my name's Ben. I'm writing an article. I'm planning on talking to 100 people. I would love to ask you a couple questions to gain your perspective. I'm usually an active realtor, but now the world is shut down and no one is buying or selling. I thought I would really try to connect with millennials or builders to see what's really going on right now. People are suffering, and I wanted to get an understanding of what this pandemic really is doing to people. The media does not tell the whole story, and I wanted to publish something real. I'll be publishing this online and sending it to the mainstream media as well. I will send you a copy when I'm completed. I also want to give you a small little gift. Thank you so much for giving me this information. I know it's a hard time. What's your mailing address? I'm just going to get you a little gift. Boom. You got your drop-offs for Christmas. who's going to take action? Because who cares if it's good? Who like it? I'm like, remember, my way of determining success is your results. So I'm like, oh, good. Everyone likes me. Everyone thinks I'm smart. And oh, what a great strategy. That's amazing. This is how most speakers do it. They come up with 4 or 5 really cool tactical strategies. Could care less if you guys do anything. I literally will go to bed tonight thinking, I wonder if anyone got impacted. I'm going to be annoying. After weeks of following me, you're going to hear the same story. Who's executing? I've given you a strategy. Do you know what's funny? The people that were at the EXP event, by the way, I'm speaking at EXP again. It's a crazy world. It's like I spoke to 175 agents inside this video game world. It was so cool. Like this complete digital world. I'll be doing that again next week. But during this time, there was one thing, I don't know. Oh, Gunn was there too. Good. I'm bringing people with me. So here's the thing. When I was done talking, I told this strategy, not in this great detail and not with my sales system and all this. I told this strategy in EXP, and then I saw something. I didn't answer it, but I saw a guy text me, and it makes me, like, I get mad. Not like crazy, but I'm like, like I'm mad because I'm like, you missed it. He goes, hey, can we go to the next slide on social media? I'm like, dude, I just gave you the best strategy there is on the freaking planet right now. I just gave you everything you're going to need to spend the next 1 hour, 2 hours a day. And you want to grow social media right now. Awesome. Awesome. You missed it. So what I'm saying is I'm not trying to judge that guy because I get it, but I want you to realize what it's going to take to start fast. And you're going to be coming out on top. You will regret it if this goes longer than 90 days because then you're 180 days to get paid. That's a very, very realistic outlook, guys. So here's the thing, guys. I'm putting together something because I'm shifting my culture in my business right now. I'm shifting the way I'm coaching as an age for agents and businesses because right now, guys, it's time to sell. It's time to do old school a little bit. Building like open houses are gone. Now what? Like, this is my favorite thing about this whole thing. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. I'm thinking like, what do I got to do to serve real estate agents? I think I'm going to build the best restart program there ever been on the planet. And it's going to be a hardcore boot camp. I'm not that type of guy. I just want you to build the life that you love. But I think right now we're going to need to hustle. And so I'm going to build the thing around those attempts graphs. It's going to be 12 weeks and it's going to be every single week. And you have to talk to like 200 to 500 people. And I'm going to help you do that. Because if you talk to 300 people, I promise you, you'll beat every single person out there. Same advice my dad gave me, 10 a day. But the problem is execution. So if I build a program based around execution, where you spend like, I'm going to make it so it's cheap too, like $1,000 or something where it's like, just to help people for real. Like, so just so you know, that's coming. If you're interested at all in that, send me a message, say, keep me notified. Like I have no funnel, guys. I have nothing. Like I'm not like, sign up here. I'm not doing that. Just if you're interested, send me a note saying, I want to do the boot camp because it's going to be tough and it's going to be hard, but you want to start fast and hard. That's my mojo. I just don't teach it in the pre-pandemic world because that's grind it out. It's going to be needed now. So I think to serve the industry, I'm going to lead 12 weeks and it's going to be, it's all focused, not on anything, but how to talk to people. I'm going to do Myers-Briggs training. So you're going to have full personality assessments. It's all about developing yourself and understanding how to become an incredible salesperson with class. It's going to be like doing these articles, different things. I've got 15 different ways once the market turns on how to get in front of people. And that's going to be the only thing for 12 weeks. The same thing I did when I started and destroyed it. And so this is what I want to do. So this is not going to be easy course. I literally have an outline built right now, but I'm thinking the market is going to need this. So just let me know. And that's what I'm going to do soon. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here. I'm going to open up some questions. I'm going to here to serve and chat. Yeah, Emily, we call it double. Maybe I call the reboot double. Anyways. Okay. So I'm here for you guys. You guys got mics. You can talk to me. I'm here to serve. I'm here to give. Definitely interested in who you are as human beings, more than I am interested in you becoming multimillionaires. So that's just a disclaimer there. So anyone want to ask a question or chat or write a comment or anything? I'm here for you guys.
Yeah, I was just going to comment on just more of an observation when you initially were, hitting up on the power of implementation when, people can learn so much, but what are they actually implementing? And it's funny because I actually just did one of your classic moves. First thing this morning, I sent a birthday video to a client of mine. Her kid's 9 years old.
Yeah.
And she was kind of expressing on Facebook that she's kind of bummed out. She's like, here's my 9-year-old. And it's like, I don't really know what to do. So I just made a classic Ben, good morning, happy birthday video for the son. And I had my daughter in the video.
Love it.
Yeah. And I said, she's 3 years old. I'm like, say happy birthday, Audrey. And she's like, happy. But anyway, the point is that now she's sharing it all over social media. She sent me this massive text, gave me a call, like she was almost
amazing. But that's we do that every single person you ever meet. What happens if that reaction was when we talk to people, we need to blow their minds. Like, we got to get to that connection, right? That's human. Video messages are amazing that way. And to the kid, and if you can find deep, extreme thoughtfulness, that's a great way to look at the systems. Be thoughtful. Now, if you're going to be like a schmuck, which I know you're not, Scott, but if you're like, the best strategy is to do this stuff to get the sale, you will be found out. Have you ever had someone say they liked you and then later on realize they were using you? You want to trigger that association? Then go ahead and try to use them for the sale, and you will be dead meat. If you get caught, it's game over, and it'll be the conversation behind your back times 50 the other way. So you got to be authentic. I'm teaching strategies that can be very manipulative if you're a jerk, right? Buy you flowers, of course they're going to like you. Yeah, but you better freaking mean those flowers.
I just thought it was one gesture, and it's like she woke her son up to this video. Like, she literally, because I did it first morning, and it's like, it just put a massive smile on his face. And it was just, I don't know, it's just powerful. That's all. That's my whole point.
Scott, thanks for sharing that. It's such a great example of leaving a mark. That's world-class client experience in a very simple, free way. Just thoughtful. Super thoughtful, man. How's it going, Frank? I love that there is a restart. Delegation is poor. So I'm not sure if he's delegating that's poor or what. I'm not sure. Now, I'll just talk around it a little bit for 2 seconds. Hopefully I can give him something, because we're not connecting here. But the thing is, if you don't delegate, it's another, I start them and then fail them. Okay, so there's a perceiving personality type that's built to start. And then there's a J personality type that's built to finish. So the people that are perceiving types have to hire. Or put yourself in such pressure so it feels like you're cramming for an exam, and you will execute like Frank. I can tell you right now, if you've got too much on your plate, you probably execute way better. Is that right? Correct. So this is the human stuff. So there's partly personality and then partly human development, okay? So here's the thing, Frank. This is the thing. I'm not just going to speak to Frank. I asked people in the EXP auditorium with 180 people there. I said, how many people? No. This was at my event. Sorry. I said, how many people have a hard time asking for help? If we asked ourselves right now, how many people have a hard time asking for help? Okay, let's just do a quick little yes or no. Raise your hand. Yes. Hard time. Okay. Laura Lee. Okay. That. Okay. So here, just think about this, guys. Like, this is why it's more important to understand who you are and what holds you back. Because how the hell are you going to hire someone? How are you going to just do the basic hire someone and tell them what to do? Now you mix a little bit of perfectionist in there. Now you're burning out relationships. And what the other part of it is, if you don't want to ask for help, you're going to get disrespected. Let's just look at a mom who doesn't ever get their kids to clean up after themselves, and they clean everything. What's those kids do eventually? They disrespect her. You want to lower your value? Don't ask for help. You want to lower your value? You want to talk about this world? I can do 10 seminars on personal value and the value. Remember, you raise your value, you raise your money value as well. I promise you. You want to be a team lead? You want to build a business? You better figure out how to be confident enough to outsource, ask for help, let people down. That's why you got to grow yourself, guys. There's no one out there doing this unless it's very foo-foo and like deep inner healing work. I feel like I'm trending in a way where I've never known. I've always felt so odd in this business of coaching, but really it's personal growth. And I've never seen anyone kind of combine it together. And if there's someone out there, great. Maybe they're my tribe. But I feel like so long I've been teaching sales and marketing. I realized this isn't working because of these things. So that's the point, guys. If you get yourself in the way, it doesn't matter what strategies you learn. So if you can unlock a little bit more, like a combination of learning business and then understanding how you hold yourself back, if that's the journey, you'll win very big. And I've got 15 or 20, 30 people that have gone through my course last couple of years, and they're like 99% success rate because we work on the human side. If I can leave, that's one thing just to dig into. Okay, so we have some more questions here. Seniors in my demographic farm without phone numbers, as you can locate the business. Do you feel a postcard inviting them to call for an interview and article? Love the idea for seniors. Love the idea. I'm interviewing seniors. They'll call you. That is amazing. No problem, Frank. Great idea. Remember, you got to listen to the context of the question. If someone says, can I send out a mail out? I'd say, nope. But you send it to seniors? Yes. Abso-freaking-lutely. Now, guess who's on Facebook? Seniors. It is the old time place to hang out. It's where grandkids are looking at their pictures, and you know what I mean? So you got to realize, jump on and find some senior groups. Like I'm put a gun to the head. Sorry to be, I got to come up with something else. You got 24 hours to live, and you got to get 10 seniors interviewed. You figure it out. So try to go through that process as well. But I love the idea. I love that. It's a little bit slower, but I know that when mail outs, they're the ones who read it. They're the ones who look at it. Look at interviewing seniors on the pandemic. Call me. Love it. It's genius, actually, because that'll convert. So remember, like we're going to go through, I don't know if we're going to do this time. I got so much I can teach, but I'm trying to give as much as I possibly can. Like we've been on the phone here or in the call for like an hour and a half, but I don't care. But I'll try to give as much as I possibly can. But if you need a converting mechanism, and the converting mechanism, they'll call you, it'll convert.
Ben, 28 years selling real estate. I think you're one of the most authentic coaches I've ever had the pleasure to listen to. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And what you're asking us to do is so simple, but so powerful, but it's got to be authentic, as you say. So it can't be somebody else's article. It's got to be you writing that article. As bad as it may seem, it's got to be you, I would believe. Correct?
Yeah, just get an editor.
Yeah.
Unless you don't like asking for help, and then your article is going to be weird.
Yeah. And I think this is a great time to clean up messes. We all have messes in our business. And I think it's just a great time to clean up some of the messes as well that we have within our own businesses.
Yeah, there's so much we can do. To be honest, Randy, I'm working 8 to 10 hours a day. Like, I'm not joking. I'm crushing it. I'm waking up at 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. I'm taking advantage of this moment. Do you understand that we will never see this perspective again? This is an amazing time to be digging deep, looking within, looking at your business. Like, it's really crazy time. Like, it's not fun. Like, I've had to lower costs like crazy. I've had to lay off one of my staff. Like, I'm doing things, but I'm seeing things differently now. I'm seeing things, and you won't get this opportunity. So I'm super, super taking advantage of it, even though I'm really, really serious, and I'm kind of scared. Like, I really am. Like, I'm worried. But I'm okay with feeling worry. I'm okay with feeling reality. I'm not going to avoid it, but I'm going to win. I'm going to win somehow. I'll figure it out. But don't lose reality. Got the call out for someone to be my phone to call accountability assistant. I will make those calls. You know what's funny? I'll tell you a story, Jasmine. One of my coaching clients about 5 years ago, she was out of Calgary, and she calls me. She's like, Ben, I got to go to the gym. I'm looking for an accountability partner. By the way, I'm supporting you, but I'm just saying another perspective. I said, that's the problem. I said, you need an accountability partner. Why don't you just use your legs and walk into the gym and just do it every day? And I try to say, use your inner strength rather than someone else's strength. Grow your inner strength. So I'd say, Jasmine, don't look outside of yourself. If I know someone, I can feel it. You're a strong girl. I can feel that. You are a strong girl, and I'll show you how to do it. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to show you how to do this. Bang. Okay. Oh, 2. Oh, 3. We don't need accountability. You have it in you, Jasmine. You're going to mess up. The only promise I'd say is this. Promise me you'll just move forward. So you see what I mean? If you want accountability, totally cool. But I'm just trying to shake a little bit of a different perspective that what if you went inward and said, I have the strength to do this? I did the Wednesday. It was super easy, just losing focus. Of course you will. Let yourself off the hook. Who cares? We are so fucking, I had my plan. I'm behind my plan. I'm 3 days behind. Oh my goodness. I've got 20 calls now to hit my goal. F the goal and just call again. Lower the pressure. And guess what? How good are you when you have to go pee? Right? Oh my goodness. Lower the pressure and you're going to be 50 times more productive. Sorry, I got a little crazy there.
Hey, Ben, can I jump on?
Go for it. Sasha, right?
Yes, yes.
How do we know each other?
Through EXP. You were in the world the other day.
In the world. I'm there again on Thursday.
Oh, awesome. I'll be there. What kind of things would you do to wow your clients on closings in a time like this?
Wow, I love the context. Times like this, man, you got to be really listening to the client first. So my thinking is, like, I love the question because first part of it, I'm like, oh, I got 50 ways. And then you're like, times like this. I'm like, oh, never mind. I see. Okay. So again, we'll go back. If you've done a good job, you'll know a lot about these clients, a lot, what they do for fun, what they put in their drinks, their favorite restaurant. If you've done a good job, which most of us don't, including myself, but it's a constant try, is what do you know? Let's play this game here. What do you know about these people? Let me see if I can help. I might not. Let's play for a second.
First place. She's young, in her 20s,
Okay.
living on her own.
What's she do for fun? Tough question.
Yeah, that's a tough question.
Okay, so I'm just showing it. It's good to expose a little bit of where you could grow. So you got, okay. So what do you do for fun? Does she go to, so she in school?
No, graduated.
Okay. How's her relationship with her family?
Good, living at home
Okay.
with her family till now.
Great. So do you know the phone number to the parents?
I do, yeah.
Perfect. They know her better than you. So you could call them and say, hey, look, it's weird times. Now think about the social deposit that you are showing them, that you are going the extra mile. Call the parents and say, look, it is weird times right now. Usually I'll roll out a red carpet. Usually I'll do something really cool. But at this point, I just feel like I want to I feel like, is there something she would be mind blown and not see it coming? Could you help me figure it out? Like, is there a store I can buy a gift card to? And it's something that she would not expect.
Gotcha.
The parents are going to go, this guy's a freaking genius. This guy's, do you want to marry my daughter? Like, I'm not joking. So do you see it took me 9 seconds because I think about, like, I'm looking to figure out how to blow their freaking minds. Now you've got the parents with a deposit.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then guess what's going to happen, dude? Remember, your brand is what? Little quiz. The brand is, how long were you on the call? The whole call?
Yeah.
The brand is the conversation behind your back. So what conversation does that interaction create?
Gets them talking to their friends, family.
All
too.
about you. Do you know what he did? That's better than any freaking mail out you can do. And it's free. And you do that every single time for the next 5 years. I promise you, you'll be more successful for 15 after that. But you know how many guys I coach that are 5-10 years in the business that have nothing? That's because of that. So if you're going to do a gift card, it has to be personalized.
Okay.
Gift cards, it has to be something special. Like, is there a store you could call? Like, imagine they don't give gift cards. Find the owner. Do the extra mile. Say, look, I called the owner. I got it. Look, it's a piece of paper right now, but this shoe store down in New York, they're not sending anything, but I know that's your favorite store, and I've got you $100 gift card. They actually don't have gift cards, but I got the owner to connect with you that when time comes, you can buy a card and they're going to bill me. How about that story?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Good.
Thanks, Ben.
I get way too excited, man. Do you know what's crazy, man? The rule is to be me. I just looking for my tribe, man. I'm just looking for people that are wanting to go with me. That's it. Like, there's people that don't like me. If they're not my tribe, they're just not my tribe. And it's cool, man. I get excited because I'm like, yeah, let's go. I want to help you. It's good.
Yeah, so appreciate it.
No problem, buddy. No problem. And you live in Vancouver, you said? I'm
in Vancouver, yeah. I'm actually on Randy Dick's team.
Oh, man. Randy's solid, man.
Yeah, he's
solid.
awesome.
It's a good dude, man. Okay, we got, what else we got? Yeah, go ahead. Who's that?
It's Gopal.
Gopal, let's talk.
Hey, I listened to you on the EXP seminar the other day, and it was awesome. You had very good advice so far. I wanted to say something.
Sure.
There's a few people on your webinar right now that are relatively brand new.
Yeah.
Any advice you can give to someone just starting from zero?
I would be calling people, doing the market research strategy. I would be making an article because right now, what else are we going to do? So if you're like Randy, I had a meeting with my whole team. And I'm like, I'm like, these guys are real top level pros, a lot of them. And I'm like, I'm this close to making this article mandatory. So you guys got to get going on this. Just imagine. So I'm a believer. I'm legit. I'm doing what I'm telling people to do. And so if it's a newbie, you're making impacts. But if you go to my academy, are you in my academy? It's free right now.
I am not. I've joined your Facebook.
Okay. Jump onto my academy, go to agentfromwithin.com, sign up. You have access to 70 hours of this stuff. But go look under the market research strategy. Deb, yeah, there's Debbie. She just linked it. Deb, Gopal, just email admin@teamosterville.com. And Deb can send you, once you send in, she'll send you a link to the actual, it's access only, like you have to be a member, but it'll be the market research strategy is a little bit different than the article. It's this: hi, I'm a new agent. I don't want to be like everybody else. I'm interviewing 100 people before I really design my marketing because I want to find out exactly what people want in real estate. What's the experience that you love or dislike in real estate? And you got 3 or 4 questions. You do it 100 times. You send the thank you card. Now you like, or you can just do the old school, mail a letter. I'm brand new. Do you want to use me? No.
No, perfect.
Right.
That's exactly it. Bang on. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, guys. Well, next Friday. Thanks, Randy. Next Friday, I'm doing it again. Now, the cool thing is we got a crew here now, and that's what's cool. So next time we're going to go through some other stuff. It's not going to be the article. My goal is how about this, guys? Let's do this. I want an update next week. How about that? Let's go to an update on how things are going. So that's going to be the first part of our call, is to share the update on how the article's coming. Want to play the game with me? Let's do some coaching.